What's up, fam? Welcome back to revbigjohn's backyard barbecue and grill, giving on to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, none of these things are possible. Today we're gonna do pork belly burnt ends, and it's gonna be a first for me. I've done pork bellies before, but I never did them burnt ends, so we're gonna take something ordinary and turn it into something extraordinary. Got celebrating the church's 35th anniversary tomorrow, October the 20th. Also, my baby boy's birthday. He turns 19. So, we're going to get that done. And we may do some mac and cheese. I haven't decided yet. So, right now I'm going through my thought process. And so we'll come back. We'll show you how to prepare the pork belly. And if I do mac and cheese, well, I guess I'm saying this probably. All right, we're going to do pork belly burnt ends and revbigjohn's mac and cheese. And normally I might do crab mac and cheese or pork mac and cheese or something like that. Pulled pork mac and cheese. I still have some pulled pork around, so we'll think about that. Anyway, let me get my stuff all set up and I'll be back and we're gonna show you how to prep this, and then we're gonna get it all on the smoker.
Take a look at this. Today's official high temperature, 100 degrees.
Yeah. So we are talking about 100 degree plus with the temperatures and that heat index.
100 degrees. We haven't had 100 yet this season
Once
or
again,
since
we're
2020.
going to take something ordinary, turn it into something extraordinary. Got a nice pork belly, 10.5 pounds. We're going to turn this pork belly into pork belly burnt ends. To make it easy, we're going to slice it in half. We're going to cube it up, y'all. All right, so you want to make about really inch cubes. Y'all want to know what the bacon is? That's bacon right there. That be bacon right there, y'all. That bacon. See that? That's just a big old slab of bacon. Cube up. That's going to be the process. Throw it in the bed. Now, I'm not going to bore y'all with the whole entire process, but that's what we're about to get into. I had to switch my blade, and I wanted to show y'all when you have a blade that does what it's supposed to do, it cuts through nice and clean. What we're gonna do now is season it up. Let it soak in this beer. We're gonna take some dried onions. Gonna let that soak and absorb in it. Some seasonal and some pepper. And we're gonna let this soak for an hour, and then we're gonna get it on the smoker. revbigjohn's backyard barbecue and grill. Let's do this. All right, so fam, I've been trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with all of this pork belly. I wanted to jerk it originally. Then I'm thinking I might want to split it up. So I got my jerk, got some Old Bay, got some paprika, some seasoned salt. Pepper's already on it. Onions have already been marinating in it. Maybe I'll split it. I'm still trying to figure that out. Once again, cooking is always about the creativity of it, right? Anybody can follow recipes. Well, Not everybody, because people follow recipes and get that wrong. But what I'm trying to say is that you too can cue. All you got to do, take your time, figure things out, trial and error, until you find something that works. This is the first time I'm doing burnt ends, pork belly style. I've seen a few YouTube videos and stuff like that, so I'm not just going off the dome. Generally what I do is I see somebody else do something and I figure out how can I, revenize it. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna make it Big John style. And we're trying to figure this thing out right now as I'm talking to you. So it's been marinating in this beer. It's time to get it to the seasoning process. It's all good, juicy, and wet. Let's move it from here to here. Get it out of the moisture, although the moisture ain't bad. And let's just see what we get. Still haven't decided about the mac and cheese. If I don't do it, the church won't know unless they watch this video. What do you mean we could have had mac and cheese? You could have had mac and cheese. Let's see, that's a lot right there. All right, so look, we want to start seasoning it up. Paprika. And I'm talking about heat, I'm talking about seasoning, y'all. We ain't messing around no more. We got some Old Bay. Why do we have Old Bay, y'all? If you know why, drop it in the comment section. Got some Caribbean jerk. Caribbean jerk. Yeah, man. All right, let's mix this all up. You want this burnt end coated on every possible side. You want everything to be mixing and just doing so right. So when you finish that batch, throw some more. On, pour it on. Ain't nobody mad but the devil, especially when he's fooling with the Rev, because I belong to Jesus. Which means he can't touch me. Not without permission anyway. So that's why I stay on my knees in front of the Lord so Satan don't beat me to the throne. Saying, I want him, I want the Rev. I said, no, you can't have me, I'm already here. Lord, protect me from the evils that are present in this world. Ooh, look at that, y'all. That's a pretty thing right there, ain't it? It's all nice and coated and spicy. Matter of fact, let's do this, y'all. I told y'all it's all about your imagination, right? Okay. We got some original sriracha. Don't even make it in the bottles they used to. Somebody got a shortage of sriracha peppers or something like that. Let's go ahead and throw that sriracha on there. We're gonna see if we can't get these spicy hot, kicking it. Oh yeah, that's coming together. Remember, I'm a one-man shoot. All right, so now we just wanna put the cubes right on this grate. I'm gonna keep some of that fat, because that fat gonna render down. Wanna keep space between them so the smoke can get on them. I think maybe next time, maybe I'll make my cubes a little bit bigger. I don't know. That's why you do trial and error, because you don't know how this thing gonna shake out. But we're doing this so that we can get the smoke on every piece. You know, I've done whole pork bellies before, which are delicious as well, but I've never did, like I said, the burnt end, so all this is new. And y'all going through it with me. Pork belly on here, it would have fit perfectly. Once you start slicing and dicing, things change, man. That's why I say I got more than what I thought I had. I mean, I should have known that, but I didn't. Didn't account for it. until I started slicing it up and realized I can make it 2 different styles. Let's hope out of both those styles, one of them tastes good. All right, so since the main thing is jerk, we're gonna hit it again with the jerk. Remember, whatever your main one is, you want that to shine. So we're gonna let it shine. And this ain't the end of the cook though. Once we get it to a certain point, we're gonna braise it in some apple juice and some more seasoning. I want folks to know they eating the jerk burned in. I don't want them to guess and speculate. I want them to know, oh yeah, that jerk right there. Oh, Red, you did that thing right there. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. And there we have the jerk one. Now we're gonna put it on the grill or the smoker, put it on the Traeger, and we're gonna see how it flies. We're gonna come back and figure out what profile for that one. Here's the first round right here. We're gonna take these. Look at that, y'all see that? See that spring in, that bounce? That's how we want them to be. That piece was crispy. Apple juice. I told y'all, honey crisp. Don't fool with me. Just a mild jerk. It's got a good kick, but if I put the hot one on it, they're gonna go through the roof. Even though it's spicy. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this thing up, man. We got jerk. We got honey. We got more jerk. Now, we just want to toss this and mix this stuff up and get it all on there. People gonna get mad if they only get one piece. They probably should get 2 or something like that, but I know how my kitchen ministry is. They're gonna make sure everybody is fed first. Now I think we'll have plenty to give out, at least 2 of them. Don't they look good, y'all? Come on, y'all. They look delicious. All right. Here come the candied ones. Ooh, that just broke off. Look at that fat. You can tell that these just came out. So much better than the ones on aluminum foil. But look at that. Y'all see that spring? See that? Can you see that? We're gonna candy these puppies up. A little bit of butter. Butter makes everything better. Brown sugar. I really wish those other ones were ready for this process, but they're not, so I'll save a little bit for that. A little bit of honey as we candy them up. Some barbecue sauce. some apple juice. Just a little bit. Instead of tossing these, we're gonna leave them just like they are. Add a little bit of that Kansas City. We're gonna cover them up, put them back on. What's up, fam? Here is that moment that I enjoy now. I enjoy sitting back, relaxing, listening to some music, or listening to an audio book, or reading, or even playing a game on the phone. While I let the smoke do the rest until I got to kick back in. But let me just say this. I thought about what I said when I went to Terry Black's, and I was talking about how, is it worth it? And I should know better. But as I sat here and I was doing these pork bellies and coming up with different things, and, I just began to realize that if the food is great, it's worth the price. If you go there and you bite into something and it's a wow factor, it's delicious, and you enjoy it, then whatever dollar amount you paid for it is worth. Especially when you're dealing with premium meats, smoking and grilling, anything of that nature that requires the time and effort that goes into, what we do. And I say we because, I don't have a restaurant, nothing like that. But if I begin to calculate everything that I put into, making these dishes and creating these what I call extraordinary pieces of work, of art, remember taking something ordinary and making it extraordinary. Yeah, it takes a lot. You got time, effort, your artistry. You got to purchase the meats, which aren't cheap by far. All of the seasonings that go with it, all the libations that you may use, the seasonings. The whole. If you go through the whole gamut of what it takes to create these pork bellies, or beef ribs, or brisket, or burnt ends on a brisket, it takes a lot of time and effort, man. And that's what you're paying for. You're paying for everything that it took to get that meal in front of you. And so if it's worth it, if it's delicious, I think it is, especially if you don't have to do it. Because remember, the only function you have is walking into the restaurant, ordering it, and eating it and paying for it. That's the extent of your labor, right? And so you may say, man, that's a lot. But you may think, man, that's a lot, because I know that's me. I'm thinking, especially since, I can cook. So I'm like, man, that's an awful lot of money. But when I just sit here and I think about everything that I do to put all this stuff together, I know many people that would pay top dollars for what I cook, and it would be worth it. Why? Because I don't use cheap stuff. I grab the best cuts of meat. I spend time marinating, preparing it, going through the whole process. You got to get propane or wood pellets or wood chips or wood. There's a lot that goes into you getting on that plate and cutting into that food and eating it and saying yum. And that's what you're paying for. So Terry Black's, I apologize. I kind of said it in that particular video that, if you can't do it, then this may be a great bet for you. But even if you can do it, because there are times when I really do look for good restaurants. My wife tells me to stop going because I get so disappointed and stuff. I'm paying for this food. I'm like, this is subpar at best, especially when you can do it better. But I do look for good places to go to where I don't have to do anything but go up in there, order, and eat it, and say, man, this is banging, this is good, and I look forward to that, man. And that's why I go when I do these, restaurant reviews and places of barbecue. Wherever I go, I'm gonna do some kind of, like I'm getting ready to go to Vegas in a week, next week, and I'm gonna try to find some places out there, because people look for places to eat wherever they go. And they're just not looking for no regular average food. You can get regular average food at the crib. They want to know what's good, what's delicious. And so, it's
if you go to a place and that food is delicious, don't sweat it. Trust me, it was worth it. They're not cheating you. It just takes that much to produce something that extraordinary, something that great, something that you like and that you enjoy and that you're willing to come back. Now you might not make it an everyday occasion because it's expensive, but on celebrations and birthdays, anniversaries, stuff like that, you're like, let's go over to Terry Black, let's go over to, these big steakhouses, let's go to, any place that's going to deliver. When you get there, you don't mind spending the money. And that's all the ingredients as well as the love that whoever, the chef was, whoever the baker was, whoever the pit master was or is, you paying for all those things so that they can keep doing what they do so that you can keep getting what you get. So that's my lesson today. My lesson is simply this. If it costs something, it should be delicious. And if it's delicious, don't sweat it. But if you pay a lot of money and it ain't no good, oh yeah, I'd send that back. And I'd mark them off my list. Like, yeah, I ain't coming back in no more. Because if you can't get this right and you paying and you charging top dollar, you don't know what you're doing. Now, sometimes you can say, well, maybe it was an error in the kitchen. But when I'm paying top dollar, I'm not paying for error. Right? So my wife, that's why she hate kind of going out with me. She's like, oh, is it good or is it bad? Because I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. Waiter, and I've had chefs come out. Even when I was on the Disney cruise, I went on the Disney cruise earlier this year, and by the third day of the cruise, I had complained so much that they sent one of the chefs out to talk to me. And I'm gonna explain him. See, here's the thing: when you talk to me, I'm gonna explain how it should taste and why this is not the way it's supposed to be, or it looks the way it looks, and they can't really argue with me. So what he did was he ended up preparing my meal for the rest of the nights I was there. I think it was like 2 or 3 nights that I was there, and it was delicious. I had no more complaints. But then folks looking around talking about, well, who was he? How can he getting a special thing? Because I opened my mouth. The Bible declares you have not because you ask not. Y'all know I was going to throw something spiritual in there, right? You have not because you ask not. Don't just be looking and Googling around or just mad because things ain't coming your way. Ask. And I stayed on that grind and they was trying to please me, and that was the only way they figured out they could do it. Give me that personal chef, let him cook my meals for me, and see if Mr. Johnson is happy. Well, Mr. Johnson was happy. That's it. I'll see y'all when this thing finished smoking.
All right, so the first round of jerk burnt ends. Ooh, mama. Come on, y'all. Do you see that? And it smells so good, so good. Look at this. Oops. You see how bouncy that is? Now, what we gonna do? All right. The candied burn ends. Hallelujah. Man, what? You can't tell me nothing, bro. Well, fam, that's it. We have come to the end of the combination of this cook. We still got the mac and cheese that's on the Traeger. That's cooking right now, but all is well with that. Just want to come back real quick. We have successfully turned something ordinary into something extraordinary. On this side, you got the smoked, jerked burn ends. On this side, you got the candied smoked burn ends, pork belly style. What can I say? Next time you're going to see these, be at the church while the church folks get to munching. It's been an 8-hour day. 8-hour day of smoking. And like I said, we still got one more thing to finish. But, you know, a moment is not complete. Look at that, y'all. Do you see the bounce? Do you see that, the springiness in that? This is a Candied. Oh my. Oh. Woo. Yeah. It's right there. So look. I got me a little plate to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and about my business. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And I will see y'all tomorrow and we'll close this thing out. All right? Until tomorrow. Look at all this we got here, y'all. Ooh, my goodness. Woo. Good to see you, Sister India.
Oh, yes, good to be back.
Where the tips at?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to get cut. You won't get some rice and that's the question. Thank you so
Now, all these folks are waiting for burned ends.
Yes. Yes. I just want to taste it. They're lined up.
That's the hot one, right? Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you much. Thank you. You're welcome.
My attention. Go ahead. Talk. What you got to say?
Okay, when people hear jerk, they think hot and spicy. But Pastor Ryan Johnson made some, what he made? Slab, what is it? Slab?
Pork belly.
Pork bellies.
Burned in.
And they were delicious. They weren't too hot.
Slapping.
Yes, they weren't too hot. So when you hear the word jerk, don't always think hot. They were delicious.
Slapping.
Yes, yes.
Hold up.
You did a great job.
You like them burned in?
I loved your work.
Which ones you get?
Both.
Both?
Yes, I was lucky enough to get both. And they were banging.
Good.
The pork belly is on point.
Which one you get?
Both.
Oh, you got both. Which one you like the best?
Both.
One right now. You can eat one of those burned ends.
But let me tell you, y'all, that burnt end open up your sinus, and guess what, y'all? It is so good. Now watch this. Really good. You gotta try it. We got a chef in the house.
There you go.
Yeah.
Y'all, Jesus is coming back. My pastor made some baked macaroni and cheese, smoked baked macaroni and cheese. I've never had it like that before. But I'm telling you, join his channel and you will learn how to cook, especially if you can't cook.
Yeah, I know they're just saying this because I'm the pastor, right? They're not going to tell me nothing else different. They like, I'm just playing with y'all, but hey, I told y'all, man, when you sit there and you put it together, it is what it is. But I'll be back in a minute. All right, so what's up?
Hey Rev, I just wanted to tell you that I love you. I enjoyed today. You are an awesome pastor. You have always been in my corner, whether I wanted to listen or not, but I am here and I am so excited. The burnt ends were delicious.
Which one did you get?
I got the sweet.
Okay, the candy.
Yeah, I got the sweet one, so that's what I got. Yeah.
So this right here, I need this recipe. I need the right grill.
What's
I need
that? That's
to
the
know
candy
exactly.
one? Yeah, that's candy.
I need to know exactly what the candy is. Is it Jolly Rancher? Is it like which candy is it? And how was it melted? But this right here is bomb.com or .org. So you need to sign that.
All right, well, look, I explained it all on the show. All right, fam. So we at the end of the day, man. I appreciate all those who hung out with me. This is your first time hanging out with me. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Drop them likes and comments. Let me know what you think about this whole particular cook.
Unfortunately, one of my third camera view was deleted, so therefore you didn't see the process of me cooking on the smoker and stuff like that, and the spritz and everything that I do. So probably have to do it again so I can show you everything that went down. And I deleted the wrong one, which had all my information on it. It happens sometimes in life. Things happen. Don't need to be frustrated or get upset. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Hopefully you got the gist of what was supposed to happen. I got to show you still quite a bit, but you know, it happens sometimes, man. And what can you do? But you heard some of the testimonies. They enjoyed the burn-ins, both the Candied and the jerk, and even had a mac surprise. And then somebody went and had the presidents to say, "Hey, did you make that mac and cheese, that smoked one?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me," you know. And so they commented on that. So hopefully you enjoyed everything. Look, church 35-year anniversary, what a blessing it is. It's time for me to get home now, relax, get up out of this stuff, and watch a little bit of football tonight. So, hey fam, you know what time it is. This Rev Big John. Always remember to keep the Lord centered in your lives and keep your grills lit. God bless, and I'll see you next time on the grill. Oh, and remember, you too can cue.